I hope you can hear me and you can see my shared screen. Um, this is going to be a webinar about one of our master's programs in the Faculty of Engineering and Computing, offered by the School of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering at Dublin City University. My name is Tamás Szécsi. I'm an associate professor in the School of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering. So we are going to talk about our master's program in mechanical and manufacturing engineering. And I happen to be the chair of that program. So if you need any information about it, you can email me. This presentation will be made available to you later on through the organizers, so you don't need to take notes or write down anything. So this is our master's program. First of all, this program is accredited by Engineers Ireland. Engineers Ireland is the main, or more exactly only, body in Ireland that can accredit engineering programs. And it is accredited at level 9, which is at postgraduate level. And that means that you will have covered, once you complete the program, the academic requirements for chartered engineer. So you will only need to cover the industrial requirements, working in the industry and have some experience there. So here are the entry requirements for the MEng program. There are 3 routes through which you can enter the program. Quite obviously, the usual route is the direct entry. So if you have a level 8 degree with a minimum classification of H22, this is the Irish classification system, in mechanical and or manufacturing engineering, or something very similar to it, then you can enter through direct entry. Now, because this is the Irish kind of classification system using the national framework of qualifications, if you are an overseas student, that means that you will need an equivalent qualification to this level 8 H22 degree. And it is usually the international office that decides on the equivalency of degrees. If you don't have a primary degree in mechanical and or manufacturing engineering, another option is to enter through an access course. The access course is available to anyone who have a science, technology, or other engineering degree not in mechanical and or manufacturing engineering. Again, at level 8 honors degree with an H22 minimum classification. The access course is a 1-year part-time program. Basically, it contains the most important modules from our undergraduate program. So basically, it brings up your knowledge to an H22 undergraduate level, plus obviously your original degree in whatever area you had. The access course does not give you any degree, any classification as such. It is just a stepping stone, a springboard to the master's program. You do get a kind of a transcript to what you have studied, but it doesn't contribute to the MEng degree. So basically, 6 modules. You pass it within 1 year, 2 semesters, and then if you pass it all the modules, then you are eligible for the master's program. And the third option is the Qualifier B program. This is available for graduates with a level 8 degree with an H3 qualification. Remember, the direct entry means you need an H22 classification. And if you don't satisfy that requirement with an H3 degree, you can still get into the program, but you first need to pass this engineering qualifier. Now, the good thing with this qualifier, it is a part-time program. It contains, you select a number of modules from the MEng program, and if you pass them, you can carry the credits from those modules that you have passed towards the MEng program. So basically, it is fairly similar then to studying in part-time mode, because you study some of the modules within the qualifier, and then the remaining modules in the master's program. So these are the three possible entry options. The master's program is a 90 credit honors program. It means that you need to study and pass 8 modules each with a 7.5 credit rating, plus a project which is worth 30 credits. The project is a year-long module. You start it straight away once you start the semester in autumn. Now, if you study full-time mode, that means that it is 2 semesters, the autumn and the spring semester, plus the summer period. So as opposed to a level 8 degree where you only have the 2 semesters and in June you basically finish the year, the academic year. Here, the summer period is also used mainly to complete the project, because the project vivos are somewhere during the autumn, during the next academic year. So uh, you need extra time to complete this 30 credit module, and this is why the summer period is also used for it. If you want to study part-time, then it's up to you how many modules you are studying in which semester. You decide. You only need to register for those modules that you want to study in that academic year. But there is an absolute limit of 4 years. So within 4 years, you have to complete your degree. This is a requirement set by registry, so it's not specific to this program. So full time, it's basically 1 academic year, and part time, it's up to 4 academic years, but you decide how many years you want to study. There are 2 study modes. One is the normal on-campus mode, which means that you attend classes. This is the usual way for full-timers. If you are a full-timer, that means that you probably don't have a job, and that means that you can attend classes. Quite obviously, with this COVID situation, it is still under question at what stage we will have full or partial on-campus activities, but in general, on-campus mode means that you attend classes. The other alternative is the off-campus or remote mode. That means that you don't attend classes, you just study from home. All the teaching material will be made available on our local web environment called Loop, or some other means which will be specified by the module coordinators. You can download student versions of the software that is used for individual modules. It is even possible to log in to our own computers, on-campus computers, remotely. So from your home computer, laptop, or the PC, you can log in to our own computers and use the fully licensed programs that are available for on-campus attendees. You could also have a kind of mixture of the two. So if, for example, you have a part-time job, you could attend some of the classes that you consider kind of more difficult to study at home, and study the remaining modules remotely from home. It's up to you. It is even possible that you only attend some of the lectures of a particular module whenever you have free time. It is always advisable, of course, to attend classes. You get kind of more direct information. It's easier to study than on your own from home, but many of our students have studied in remote mode, so that's not a problem either. Now the program has a very flexible modular structure. That means that from the full list of modules that I'm going to show you in a moment, you just select 8 modules according to your liking, plus a project in a particular area, and that means that you pay a modular fee. Now, quite obviously, if you are a full-timer, then you will have to pay the modular fee for all 8 modules that you select plus the project. If you are a part-timer, that means that whatever modules you choose for a particular academic year, you only pay the modular fee for those modules. Now this is the module listing, the full module listing. There are a number of modules in semester 1, a number of modules in semester 2, and there are 2 modules that are year-long modules. That means that they span over 2 semesters. These are the module codes. Quite obviously, you don't need to remember them here, and I'm not going to read them either. So these are the names of the modules and in which semester they appear. The project is not listed here. That's a year-long module as well. It doesn't have a specific name, or more exactly, depending on the major that I'm going to talk about later, they have different separate codes, but the project codes don't appear here in this listing. The code itself, means that it is coming from the School of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering. EE means there are 2 modules there that are coming from the School of Electronic Engineering, shared with their master's programs. 5 here means that it is a level 9 module. It is the 5th year, basically, level 9. It is the postgraduate module. And then the remaining numbers is just adds up to form a unique code, module code, that identifies the code as opposed to the name of the module. Now, on top of getting a major in mechanical and manufacturing engineering, you can also obtain a major. So your title could be MEng in mechanical and manufacturing engineering with a major in one of the 4 possible areas: simulation-driven design, advanced manufacturing, sustainable systems and energy, or biomedical engineering. So even if you don't want a major, you still get an MEng in mechanical and manufacturing engineering. But if you do want a major, that's on top of your general qualification. Now, the major depends on 2 things. First of all, you need to select a project in that area, so one of these 4 areas, plus you need to pass a stream of modules, and you need to pass all the modules in that stream for that major, for your selected major. If you don't want a major, you can select any 8 modules from the list. Of course, you need to make sure in which semester they appear, and then you just get an MEng in mechanical and manufacturing engineering. So here are the majors. The first one is called major in simulation-driven design. Quite obviously, this major aims at design engineers. All of the modules actually concern some sort of design aspects, design engineering aspects. Now, the first module, research practice and methodology, I've put it here, but it is compulsory for every MEng student, even if you don't want a major. So it is in all, it appears in all majors, and it is compulsory for even if you don't want a major. This is because this module includes knowledge and skills that will be used by other modules as well. And this module appears in your first academic year in your first semester, because it underpins all the other modules, including the project. So these are the 4 modules that are specific for the major: manufacturing system simulation, turbo machinery, advanced finite element analysis, and computational thermofluid dynamics. So we have 5 modules. So the remaining 3 modules, each worth 7.5 credits, you just select from the common list, from the general list. So 5 modules are compulsory. Well, 4 for this major, 1 generally compulsory, and you select the 3 modules from the general list. And as you can see, you have to develop a project in simulation-driven design. So it has to be in this area, and hence it has its special code. Each project code for each major is different in order to be able to distinguish between them. The second major is in advanced manufacturing. Quite obviously, this is for those who want to work in the manufacturing sector, especially as a manufacturing engineer. So again, research practice and methodology is compulsory. The 4 modules that you will need for this major are these here: product design, development and value analysis, surface engineering and tribology, system simulation and process analysis and tool design. And as you can see, the project has to be in the area of advanced manufacturing, and it has a separate code as well. And the remaining 3 modules you select from the common list. The next major is in sustainable systems and energy. So quite obviously, this is for people who want to work in that area in sustainable design, sustainable engineering, and in the energy sector. So the 4 core modules for this major are these here. These are all energy related and sustainable systems related modules. The project has to be in this area as well with its separate code, and yet again you select the 3 other modules from the common list. And finally, the 4th major is in biomedical engineering. Again, there are 4 modules that have to be passed in order to get this major. Now, this biomedical engineering major is for design engineers who want to work in this specific area. So designing hospital equipment, rehabilitation, reanimation equipment, and things like that. So this is quite a specific major. The only thing here is that there are 2 modules: advanced biomaterials and tissue engineering and design for clinical practice. These 2 modules can only be studied in on-campus mode. Quite obviously, you cannot do, for example, clinical practice from home. So you need to attend lectures, seminars, labs, and clinical arrangements. You cannot do it in off-campus remote mode. You can study the other modules in the stream remotely, but these 2 modules do require attendance, regular attendance. So these are on campus modules. Quite obviously, you need to develop a project in the biomedical engineering area. It has its own code, a unique code, and you select the 3 remaining modules from the module listing, the general module listing. If you don't want a major, then just select 8 modules and a project in any engineering, mechanical and or manufacturing engineering area, and you are fine. You get a master's in mechanical and manufacturing engineering. To tell the truth, most applicants, most students actually do go for a major. It's a kind of specialization in an area. But if you don't want to specialize, you just select 8 modules to your liking and get an MEng. And the most important, well, one of the most important questions is how to apply. Starting from last academic year, we have our own on-campus, well, DCU hosted application system. This is the web page, link where you have to apply. In previous years, there was a centralized postgraduate application center. Starting from last academic year, we have our own system. So this is where you need to apply. When you look for a program, these are the codes for the MEng direct entry full-time or part-time. If you want to go through the access course, this is its code, and the qualifier B program has its own code as well. If you are not sure which route to follow, you can just email me. I will have a look at your academic transcripts, and we can decide together which route is applicable to you. You do not need to apply for a major. So if you have a direct entry, you just define whether you want to study full-time or part-time, and you select the major later on when you register for modules. So basically, your module registration will define whether you get a major or not. So you don't have to do it during the application procedure. And that completes my presentations. I will stop sharing my screen and will accept questions